Hey, this is part 2 of the Sony Vegas video basics. Now if you didn't see part 1, then if you look in the description, or you can just click on the screen now, that'll take you to part 1 and watch that. As for the people who have watched part 1, I'm going to go on to zooming in using pan and crop. So just bring in your video again. And you want to click on this icon again, which is event pan and crop. Click on that. Now say I want to zoom in on the minimap up there. What I do is I drag this closer like that, and it should just go into the middle, and then I'd click and drag it over to the minimap, and as you can see up there, it's zoomed in. Now if I want to change it back really quickly without sorting it out and stuff, I'd right click and press restore, and that's pretty much zooming in. And now I'm going to go on to keyframes, which is a bit more advanced, but you should be able to do it, either if you've just been doing it for a while or you've just got Sony Vegas like now. Alright, so keyframing. Now you see this toolbar at the bottom. Hold on, let me just drag it up somehow. Let me make it larger. Never mind, it's not. Doesn't want to zoom in. Right, anyway, the timeline at the bottom, that is where keyframes go. Now keyframes is just kind of like checkpoints. When the video player line thing gets to it, it'll do its certain job. So say I want it to zoom in on that minimap again, but I don't want it to zoom in from the start. I'd do this, drag it along until I get to where I want it to zoom in, and then I'd go just a couple of frames before, and then just press this create keyframe. I just do that, go a few frames forward, then zoom into the minimap again. Oh, sorry. Just zoom into that minimap up there again, and as you can see, it's already created another keyframe there. So that means that when it gets to there, it should start zooming in until it gets to there, and then it'll stop. So, and then it will stay zoomed into there. So say I want it to come back out, I'd create another keyframe, push it along a couple of frames, 1 or 2, and then I'd right click and press restore, and it'll put a keyframe there. So now if I close this and then press play, sorry it's a bit laggy, hold on, I just put it on draft, really bad quality there. I just play it, and it should zoom in where I put the keyframe. There you go, zoomed in on the thing, and it came back out. And that's the zooming in. Alright, now if you want to rotate things on the Z-axis, this is advanced. You'd click on compositing mode on the track, and then you click on 3D source alpha, and then when you go on to track motion, it will bring up all this, but actually, now think about it, that's not event pan and crop, so I'll leave that. And keyframing, you can't really do much keyframing there, so I'll just leave that. Now with video effects, you can keyframe everything, everything that you'd want to do. So say I want, hold on, let me find something good. Say I want it to glow. I want it to give it a white highlight. What I do is I drag that down to my clip, and that should go all over that clip. But say I don't want it all over the clip. If I move this about, as you can see at the bottom, on the master tool, not toolbar, timeline, that moves along as well. So say I get it to a certain point by using that. Say I drag it along and I get to a certain point where I want it to glow, like now. I'd put the keyframe in and I'd delete the first one. So now that when it glows, it should start there. And when I want it to turn off, I think I'll just like create a keyframe, move it along like 1 frame, and then just turn all of these down, and it should turn into that, and then when I close that, it should be fine. So I'll just play it. It should play, and then it should just go glowy. Oh, sorry, I must have started it before it. There you go, that's the zooming in keyframe, and then it glowed a bit there, but you can't see it because it's on draft, so you won't be able to see it. And that's keyframing with video effects. Now you can also move text around your screen with keyframes. Now for this, get your text up, soft glow. I always like to. StrawTutorials. I just put that in. Choose a nice blue. Move the width up. Feather it down a bit. Put black inside it. And I'll put a nice blue again for that. And I'll feather that all the way up. So now I should have a nice StrawTutorials text. Now say I don't want it there. I'd move it up there, wouldn't I? Like that. If I wanted it there. Yeah. Now say throughout the video, or whenever I want, say I want the text to start there and move to down there across the video. Now what I'd do is I'd move it up there, and then that should already have made a keyframe there. I'd move it along, then I'd move the text there, and then I'd close it, and if I press play, the text moves across. And that's pretty much keyframing. In general, you'll be able to create your own stuff if you use keyframes. So yeah, that's the end of part 2.